Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Before we get started, once again, thanks for subscribing, thanks for viewing, thanks for replying. I appreciate it. Okay, if you're not watching this on YouTube, yes, this is a YouTube video, but you might have gotten to this video by clicking on a link someplace else. Make sure you go down and watch it on YouTube so you can see the comments and see some of the notes that I left. Okay, let's see. It's current events. Oh, where do I begin? Let's see. Jan Brewer wagged her finger at the president, Obama, on the tarmac here not too long ago. And, yeah, because it's a current event, so it didn't happen too long ago, a few days ago. And some people thought that was very disrespectful. Well, I think it's very disrespectful the way Obama's treating the U.S. Constitution. So I really don't have a problem with that. In fact, some people have been applauding Jan Brewer for standing up to the president and all his cockamamie ideas and the way he, ignores the problems at the border down there along Mexico between, Arizona, California, Texas. It's a shame. Let's see what else we got. Oh, while we're on that issue, that brings up another one. Mexican-American studies. In Arizona, it seems like some people said, you know what, we're not going to teach Mexican-American studies in school anymore. In fact, they've actually removed the books out of the classrooms. A lot of people are upset about that. Well, you know what? If you want to learn about Mexico, study Mexico, I think you've got a few choices. One, you can go back to Mexico. Okay, that's a little harsh, I know. But you know what? I think it's a little harsh when they come here illegally in the first place. Or, if you want to teach your kids, you want your kids to learn about Mexico, well, there's something called homeschooling. Or you could, when they come home from school at night, you can sit around them and tell them all the stories about Mexican history that you want to. That's called parenting. Let's see, what's the other option? Oh, you can go on the internet. You can learn just about anything on the internet. So, as far as what's going on in the schools, and Mexican-American studies, you know what? I think I might have said this on another video, but if you want to make it part of the school, then it should be for those students that can make A's in reading, writing, and arithmetic. Then they could take that as an elective. But as far as a core program, I don't think so. Now, since we're on the subject of schools, I read something in the newspaper this weekend, and it's one of those things where you read it, and it's just like, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, at the community college here in Arizona, they want to test the incoming students. So far, so good, right? They want to make sure the students can read, write, and do math at the 7th grade level. Wait a minute. Community college. That's what happens after high school, which is 12th grade. And to get into community college, they want to make sure you can read, write, and do arithmetic at the 7th grade level. Does that strike you like it struck me? Like, what the heck is going on here? I mean, when you get out of high school, shouldn't you be reading, writing, and doing math at the 12th grade level? I mean, this stuff makes me laugh because it's just so ludicrous. And people are upset because they want to be able to go to the school, to go to the college, without having to take this test. It's just crazy. Okay, moving on. I was watching 60 Minutes last night, and in Texas, they have these huge ranches where hunters can pay thousands of dollars to shoot exotic animals. Well, what's wrong with that? I don't really see a problem. But you see, there's this one lady who's a animal rights activist. Animal rights. You know, I think I've spoke about this before. Maybe not. I should probably do a separate video because I'm going to do it real quick. Here's the rights, okay? Because if you look at planet Earth from outer space, all of planet Earth is a jungle. And so the laws of the jungle apply. So you've got these rights. You got the right to breathe, because once you're born, you can't help but breathe. You know, you've got the right to eliminate, because if you take some stuff in, it's going to come out the other end, and nobody really can stop you from doing it. It's a normal body function. And your third and last right is you have the right to do whatever it takes to keep from getting eaten by another animal. That's it. So, you know, these ranchers in Texas have saved, I don't know, 2 or 3 species of antelope. Yeah, they're beautiful animals. And so they charge these guys, you know, $5,000, $10,000. I think there's this one animal, $50,000 if you want to hunt it and kill one. You kill one, you pay that much money. And that money's used to feed the rest of the animals, give them a habitat so they don't go extinct. But this lady is using the courts to force her opinion, you know, on these guys. Now, I would wager, if you went to that woman's home, I bet you there would probably be leather shoes in the closet, maybe a leather jacket or 2 in the closet, and probably some meat in her refrigerator and freezer. Okay, moving on. Yesterday on TV, there was the Pro Bowl for the National Football League. The Super Bowl hasn't even been played yet. So how can you have the Pro Bowl, which is the NFL's version of the All-Star game, when you've got the players from the 2 best teams, you know, practicing for the championship? That just doesn't make sense. Pro Bowls should be after the Super Bowl. But, I mean, you know, it's not really football anyway. They might as well just play flag football, you know, because I couldn't even watch it. It was ridiculous. Okay, Occupy Oakland, flag burning. Well, you know, it's kind of like high school. You know what? If you go to my high school and we're in class together, you know, we can talk all we want about how bad our high school is. But if you're from the other high school, don't you be trash talking my high school, because you know what's going to happen. Well, it's kind of like that with the flag. See, burning the U.S. flag is protected under the First Amendment, free speech. Now, you may or may not agree with flag burning, but, you know, it's protected. But, you know, if you burn the Koran, that's a hate crime. Now, I'm going to be talking about all that kind of stuff in another video, but you know what? It's just nuts. Okay, one last thing, because this video is getting a little long, and I usually like to keep them short and sweet. Fracking, which is the nickname for hydraulic fracturing. That's when the oil companies pump a bunch of hydraulic fluid down through the hole, and it fractures the the ground beneath the surface, so you can get to the oil or natural gas. Well, the one small problem with this process is that sometimes it contaminates the groundwater. And I was watching TV the other night, and it seemed like in this one town, you know, they were compensating the people by bringing them drinking water, because when you turn on the spigot, it's coming out brown. It didn't used to happen like that before this fracking. Well, I guess some government official got replaced, and the new guy, who never even went to the town, said, oh no, that's not the problem, so these companies don't have to compensate the residents anymore. But then some other federal agency is going to come in and study. And you see, that's what's wrong with government. You always got these committees and these people doing all these studies and nothing gets done. So, wake up, America, and smell the hypocrisy.